What's up guys, my name's Alex and welcome to the Bug Out Campers YouTube channel. Welcome to episode number 3. So in today's video, we're going to be getting the trailer behind me up to registration standard. That includes doing all the wiring for the lights and mounting up the number plate. From there, we're going to unbox these goodies I have underneath me. That includes 2 Eurovision windows, a teardrop door, and a MaxxFan roof vent. So if that's something you're interested in, stick around. Alright, so there's a couple items I'm going to use to make sure this trailer wiring stays super neat, tidy, and functional. The first one being this waterproof junction box. Basically, your cable goes in, hooks up to all these terminals, and then your wiring goes out to different parts of the trailer. Sticking with the theme of keeping this trailer fully sealed, we're also going to go ahead and use these Weld on zip tie brackets. They're going to allow us to zip tie our cabling anywhere on the frame. So from here, what we're going to do is we're going to lay all of our cabling out, see what route we want it all to take, and then we'll go from there. Alright, so what we're thinking here is we'll have our junction box set up back here, out of the way. And that'll allow us to run our wires from the junction box back to this light, and then the junction box back to that light without having a whole bunch of long wires going everywhere. And then we're going to run our actual cabling along this beam here, down around the suspension, along here, over this suspension here, moving forward, underneath the control arms here, and then along our drawbar, all the way underneath, up until the front here. And what we'll do is we'll use these weld-on zip tie mounts to give us spots all around where we need to weld them on to make sure they don't get in the way of any suspension. So we have our little zip tie mounts all cut up now, ready to be welded on. So let's go ahead and see where we want to place all those, and then we'll start thinking about welding. So our junction box is going to sit right about here, just below the line of the top of the frame. And then what we're going to use to mount those up is our trusty sealed riv nuts here. And that's going to keep us in the theme of keeping this whole frame all sealed up. Cool, so our sealed rib nuts are all installed now. Let's see if we hit the money. That doesn't help. One in. Bob's your uncle, we can measure. That is pretty good if you ask me. Alright, so I have decided to go and order a second one of these junction boxes, which is going to live up the front of the trailer here. I know a lot of people are probably going to think this is overkill, you don't need that much, but I'm thinking that it's going to be a lot easier to, change our wiring and replace it or, modify it if we need to, if we have a couple junction boxes, so we're not cutting and resoldering and taking out small sections and big sections. And then this will also give us the capability to add some lights down the track on the front of the trailer, maybe some clearance lights if we want to. It'll be easily just plugged into this and we won't have any issues. Cool, so a quick status update. We've run our wiring where we think we want it to go. We've placed our junction box in the spot where it's going to go. I think what we're going to go on with now, we're going to lengthen up these tail light wires so we can plug them into our junction box and we'll start seeing this all take shape, so stick around. So what we're going to use here to do the wiring is some 5-core wire. Now the wiring coming off the trailer is only 4-core, so we'll just have one spare on here, that's not a worry. Next we're going to use some wire cutters and strippers. We're also going to use a soldering iron and solder. Now you don't have to do this step, it's definitely optional, but it will give you the best connection possible for your wires. And then lastly, to finish it off, we're going to use some heat shrink. Now I'm not going to go into super detailed depth on how to solder, how to wire, and do all that kind of stuff. I'll just put you guys on a time lapse. If you guys do want to see a video on how to actually do some trailer wiring detailed broken down, I can do some trailer wiring on my trailer I have outside that actually needs some new lights, so that'll be a good opportunity. So let me know in the comments down below. Alright, and just like that, we're done. So what I've done here is I've added our extension on. I soldered those wires together to get the ultimate connection. I also added some corrugation over the top to make it look a bit neater and give it some protection. I added some electrical tape at the start, in the middle, and I'll put some at the end here. That's just going to stop this corrugation from sliding around and falling off. What I need to do now is I need to crimp on some eyelets. Now I thought I had some here, but I don't, so I'll have to pick some up tomorrow. It is getting late here though, so that's going to be a wrap for today, and I'll pick back up in the morning. Alright, good morning, it's the next day here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run to Soup Cheap, nice and close just down the road to get those terminals, and then we'll crack on with some more wiring. So my mate that's doing the aluminium exoskeleton just messaged me. He's making some good progress over at his place, so we're going to go over there and check it out. Alright, we're back and I gave you guys a little sneak peek of the exoskeleton there. That's all you'll see in this video. There's going to be more details in the next video on that whole setup. For now, let's crack back on with the wiring. Awesome, so that's our cable that runs from the front of the trailer all the way back down to the back here, all hooked up. It'll look a little something like that. In hindsight, I probably could have cut all the cables a bit shorter, but that's all right, we'll fix it up for next time. So what we're going to do here is we're going to attach the wires that go from the tail lights into this junction box too, and we'll see how it all works. Alright, so there you have it. All of our wires are all tucked in there neatly now. So we have cables coming from the tail lights and this big one coming from the front as well. Let's go ahead and put the plug on the front and then we'll see if they work. Alright, moment of truth. Let's see if I did my wiring properly. Judging by the reflection on my toolbox there, it's Mickey Mouse. Alright, so now that our wiring's all done, we're going to go ahead and weld on our zip tie mounts. It's going to be a lot easier now that the cables are all hooked up because we can just follow them along. Alright, so our first ones are all tacked on there. One here right above the light, one in the corner, and one underneath for both of them to zip tie to before it goes into our junction box there. Another one in this corner, and then another one just above this light here. For anyone wondering what welder we're using for this project, we're using the new MIG Viper 185. It's a MIG, TIG and stick welder. I absolutely rate this thing. We've had no issues with it so far. Bloody ripper of a machine. There we have it, wiring is all done. Out of the junction box, around to all of our zip tie mounts. Nice and neatly underneath the suspension. Clears it. It's not in any danger zone. All the way along our drawbar. And then back to the front here. I think that looks pretty nice and tidy, if you ask me. You guys might have noticed this tongue box on the front of the trailer here that wasn't there last time. I picked this up through the week on Facebook Marketplace. I went second hand just because I wasn't sure what size or shape I wanted to go for. So I thought this would be a good introduction. In the box here we have a couple drawer slides. On the other side there is a generator slide as well. What we're going to do is we're going to have our full battery system hooked up in here, and then we're going to have a hot water shower on the other side. We're also going to have a cargo rack on the top here. We'll get rid of these bike racks. And then we'll have the awning set up that'll swing out to the other side for hot water showers. Alright, as I said at the start of the video, we're going to do some unboxing. So I quickly cracked that out and we'll see what we got. Very nice, that's our first window. I think I got 500 by 30. I didn't want to go too big, just wanted to be a nice comparison to the camper. So they should look nice and good. They also come with this screen here. It's a screen, falling over here. It's a screen and a blind. Pretty nice. Alright, and that there is our MaxxFan roof vent. Got a rain hood here so you can still have it open in the rain. Fan, multiple speeds, opens up, closes. I think that's going to work really nicely for us. It also comes with this interior trim. You can cut that down to whatever size your roof is, and then they clamp together to give you a watertight seal in your caravan. Lastly, we have our teardrop door, so we'll get into that now. Alright, and there she is, teardrop door. It's got a handle here. It's locked by the looks of it. Yeah, there we go. Opens up. Alright, there we go. So all of our items here are unboxed. Pretty happy to have those down. We can now start fitting them into our frame once that comes home, hopefully in the next couple of days, and you'll see that in the next video. Alright, that's going to be a wrap for today's video. So just to recap, we did all of our trailer wiring, and we unboxed our little goodies here. You guys might have noticed at the start of the video, I got this new logo made up. Shout out to Cody from Cody's Art for doing that. I'm going to link his Instagram in the description. Super affordable, really fast turnaround, and high quality work. I got these shirts made. Pretty happy with those. I got some stubby cores, some stickers. If you guys are interested in any of those items, please hit me up. I don't really have them for sale, but if you guys want some, I'm sure we could work something out. So in the next video, we're going to bring our exoskeleton home, fit it to the trailer, and really start to see that trailer take shape. But for today, that's going to be a wrap. Thanks very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff. It really helps me out with my confidence. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Peace.